Hello, mate.
Hi there.
Hey, how's it going?
I mean, it's fantastic.
Fantastic. Why is that? What have you been doing?
Actually, I've been reading a book, a villain boss, which is it's gonna complete after 4 to 5 days. So I mean, totally good. I'm over the moon.
What? You've been reading a book about what? Sorry.
Elon Musk biography.
Oh, okay. So you finished reading it.
It's an enormous book. It's take 1 month. That's why.
I can imagine there's lots to read about.
Yeah. How have
Okay.
you been?
Yeah, good. Very good. I've had a good weekend. I'm. We're still quite heavily in lockdown, but I met with a bunch of friends over the weekend, so yeah, it was good. It was fun. Um, and you
Okay. Yeah.
did you?
Yeah, actually, yeah. Actually, today I have an interesting topic. It's a fascinating topic to discuss with you. So we are going to get into it. It's about a work from home and it's remotely work areas. That kind of stuff. I'm gonna get into it. Actually, this topic is I have been reading books and watching BBC and CNN as well, so in order to enhance my skills. So I was reading an article of lots of giant tech companies like Facebook, Twitter, Google CEOs. So I was reading an article of Jack Dorsey, Twitter CEO. He says is a work from home and is a very essential part of the life in the future. And he says that people can work from home forever. And on the other hand, Mark Zuckerberg says people can work from home as long as they want. So do you think it's a wise idea as people work from home always in our life?
I think I think working from home has its benefits, but I also feel even though like you can have these meetings through a computer, it's not the same. Like for me, I worked in sales, and if you had a meeting with somebody through the computer versus in person, it's a completely different experience. It makes
Yeah,
it, I think
yeah,
for
yeah.
sales, it makes more sense to meet in person. To be honest.
Yeah, actually, Amazon's CEO, Jeff Bezos says the person-to-person communication is it's a crucial part. I mean, make a good product.
Hmm.
And I think work from homes we can get a lose of productivity as well. So that's why it's yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. I think it depends what you're doing. I think
yeah,
for if you're a software developer
yeah.
or working technology, some parts of technology,
Yeah,
then
it's some sort of technical companies, like, yeah, in
mm,
terms of tech companies. So it can be easy, but it's a business kind of areas is you like you. So it's
mm.
not comfortable for you. Yeah, it's not convenient for you, I think. Yeah,
Sometimes because obviously I think you can be more productive, can't you? Because you don't have to travel 2 hours to get to and from work generally. So you can start earlier if you want to, and you can finish and have more time to do things that you want to do. Because I think the biggest thing at the moment is on like work-life balance, and I think people end up working either too much because they feel they have to, but if you give someone like from 9 to 5, if you give somebody that amount of time to do work, they're gonna they're gonna find shit to do, or they're gonna
yeah,
prolong what they're doing until that time is up. Whereas if you say you've got to do everything from 9 to 2, you'll probably find the way to get it done, but by 2 p.m. So I think there's quite a lot of psychology that goes into it as well.
yeah. Yeah, actually, Twitter new policy is it's sort of like it's frightened for me because he just want he people have to work on until this year, is to 2021, 2020, and always and also Zuckerberg want to work. People can work as long as they want until 2021. So it can be its profits impact our mentality as well. So it's we can be unhealthy. It's a mental problems. I just want to share my one of my friend stories. One of my friend he work in Tata Motors. It's a Tata Motors. Do you know the Tata Motors?
Which motors?
Tata Motors. It's
Tata company. Yeah, I know
yeah,
Tata.
yeah. It's an indigenous company in India. So he works in there, and he says in nowadays he has been working from home because of the COVID-19 situation, and he says, he is not dealing with the situation of relationship with his wife and the work simultaneously, because of the his relationship is bent on destroying relationship work from because of the work from home. So what do you think is the, if the work from home is always there though, so our relationship with our wife, I mean, so it can be destroyed, isn't it?
Say it one more time, please.
Actually, yeah. I mean, if we work from home always or forever, so it can be impact our relationship, like our spouse, like with
Yeah,
a
yeah.
better half. I mean, so 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 the people, if the person is work at the 7 a.m. and that he complete the 7 p.m. It's his wife is is behind this scolding him.
Uh, yeah, no, I would agree with that. I'm okay. I'm quite. I don't like
So are
a.
you married? Are you married?
No, man, no, not at all. So,
Okay,
I'm at the point where. Are you married?
no, I'm not.
I was gonna say like I like living on my own. I don't know how I could live with a girl, um, just because I find that it's like what you're. Like if you're with your girlfriend, then you're with your girlfriend. But then you don't want. Well, me personally, at this time anyway, I don't want to be around somebody all the time. I don't even like living with other people. Really, I like to live on my own. But like if you work in one place and then you live in one place and then you have your relationship in that place as well, then it's hard to distance yourself from each of those situations. And like you say, you're gonna piss people off. It's just human nature. So yeah, it's interesting topic.
It's a really interesting topic. A lots of people is afraid nowadays, and and nearby my neighbors also say it's a totally uncomfortable situation. So with my wife,
Would you?
work at home all the time, and my son and my kids, my parents always is calling me, and it's totally uncomfortable. I mean,
But sometimes it's nice to go and work. Like I mean, I've worked in an office. I don't really want to work in an office again. But I'd go and work in like like a shop or a coffee shop somewhere, and then you can go to different locations.
yeah.
So at least then you're changing your scenery. Like, would you like to, what would you like to do? What would you prefer to do?
Actually, I would like to hang out with the colleagues after the job. So I think I would say, the work at the company is I say great, instead of work from home. We can go out, we can hang out with the colleagues, and it's fun. It's not impact on the mentality. The work from is totally profits impact our mentality in mental problems nowadays. And WHO is saying it's a really impact on our relationship with the wife nowadays. A lots of discussion thing in happening in families.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think again it probably differs between ages. Like if you're older and you've got a child, you've got a wife, then working from home makes more sense because you get to spend more time with your family. But if you're like young, like yourself, then you want to enjoy the social aspect of working for a company as well. Like it is fun.
Yeah.
I think the best case scenario, in my opinion, is there's an office that you can go to if you want to go to it, but you don't have to go. Like it shouldn't be compulsory. Or you can turn up. You don't have to turn up at like 8 a.m., 9 a.m. You can turn up if you've got meetings at 10. Turn up
Yeah.
before them.
Yeah, we can learn from lots of things there with the colleagues, with the interested people there, and we can make a good product as well. On the contrary, Jeff Bezos says that if the people lose their productivity as well, it is but business culture is getting a change. So I think we have to adopt a little bit of business cultures like that work from home. I think that kind of thing it will be perpetuating. I think in the coming days.
Mm. And if you think about if you are really tired one morning and you just want to sleep in for a bit longer, and
Yeah.
it will help you to do so, but you can't because you feel obligated to go and travel to work, which
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I'm totally agree with you.
What's the culture like though in India where is there a strong culture of no, you have to get to work at this time and you have to work until like 8, 9 p.m. the next in the evening?
Was a coach? I mean, you're asking it about a coach.
Yeah, the culture, the working culture in
Yeah,
India.
actually, in India is it's a working time is at around 8 hours, so it's a productive. But the people is work from 7, 8 or 9 a.m. To the 7, 8 p.m. It's a 12 hours productivity. They use that.
And how much of that do you think people? Okay, I mean, it's obviously different.
You know,
How
it's
much-
some MNC company, multinational company like Tata Motors give the employees is good money, and they can work from at least 7 to 8 hours. It totally depends on the people. But if they want to more work, then they can be easily get a more money, and also yeah.
Because I think in a full day of work, most people probably don't. I reckon don't think most people in a normal job don't do much more than about 3 hours, 4 hours. The rest of it is just you either trying to get into doing work, but you can't get your brain to work, so it takes time, or you're just talking with other people. Like because it's impossible. Like your human brains just aren't wired that way.
But India is totally contradictory with the UK. From the UK, is there a business leaders want to productivity? I think there is I think it's a tiny companies like a Tata Motors and that kind of companies, but the companies of IBM and the Google's second companies there in Silicon Valley in Bangalore in India. So they let the people who can work is 5 to 6 hours in total depends. So and they can work from home as well, and they can go to the cafeterias and like that. Yeah.
I think all it comes down to is are you getting your work done at a high enough level, a high enough standard? If it takes you 2 hours or it takes you 10 hours and you get the same result, it doesn't matter.
I think that kind of stuff is can be done for in terms of tech companies. Tech companies like a Google's, and you are making a codings and programming language. So that can happen, but it's marketing is business culture. There is totally different. There, yeah.
Yeah, and there's always, I think, especially in sales and marketing, there's always been a strong focus on the more you work, then the more, the better results you get. Which I don't think.
As Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg says that he's giving a job at least 15,000 jobs across the world, and he says people can work remotely areas in the all life. So that's a good idea. I mean, people remotely work area, but the giving a salary is a tiny salary. It's a little bit of salary instead of people can work. People to go to the US or they work from there. It's a little bit of salary.
So he's not. It wouldn't be. They wouldn't be paying the normal salary. See, I think that is maybe just using this situation to pay people less money, because it doesn't make any difference.
We can use there is it's facilities of from the companies like cafeterias, that kind of stuff. So, it's also important. I think it's crucial.
So they're deducting it from employee salaries.
Yeah.
It still doesn't.
But it's totally equal. It's totally equal. I mean, it's yeah.
Yeah, no, I understand. I understand why they do it, but at the same time, for me, it's like for example, with tax. If you like companies like Google, Facebook don't get taxed by the UK, or don't get taxed much by the UK. So what the UK government does instead, they tax the people that work for Facebook or work for Google a lot. So then it affects the person who doesn't have as much money as an organization has anyway. So I don't know. I think it's just it's capitalism.
I'm totally agree with your point of view.
Yeah, no, it's. I don't know. That's kind of why I stopped working there as well, to be honest. In technology in that system.
Yeah.
But we've got 20 seconds left.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you about your learnings from the Elon Musk book, but maybe you can tell me next time.
Definitely.
All right. Well, make some list of your learnings. I want to hear about them.
Okay.
Thanks.
It was nice talking to you.
Bye bye.
Bye.